Hey, what's up guys, it's Grape here, doing my post-match commentary and team builder for my match against Drew and the Oakland Typhlosions for week 2. And on his team he has the Mega Altaria, Excadrill, Thundurus, Darmanitan, Scolipede, Reuniclus, Sharpedo, Virizion, Archeops, Kangaskhan, Regice, and Doublade. And so this is what we brought for it. I went with Conkeldurr with Assault Vest and Sheer Force. Assault Vest in case he was running a special Altaria. And for the moves, Poison Jab takes care of Altaria and Thundurus. Knockoff takes off a bunch of things. It does really good damage to Reuniclus. I was actually really scared about Reuniclus. Mach Punch hits a bunch of stuff like Excadrill and Sharpedo and Regice and Kangaskhan, and Rock Slide does a good amount of damage to Thundurus, Darmanitan, Scolipede, Archeops, and Regice. So I pretty much hit everything pretty well. I decided to go max attack, full 244 HP, and 12 special defense. I think that's just like the standard spread. And for my second mon, I have the Gigalith. And it's running Custap Berry because it's not very fast. And for its EVs, went max attack to do a good amount of damage and max HP. And with this spread, anything short of banded Excadrill, like, won't even knock it down to sturdy. And so my plan was to take a big hit and get in Custap range and set up rocks and take something out. And yeah, so that was pretty much my plan for it. Then for my third one, I brought my Sylveon again. It's pretty much the exact same Sylveon as last week. I kept HP Fire on it for Scolipede, Doublade, and Excadrill. And yeah, it runs pretty basic EVs as well. And fifth mon, I brought Crocodile again. I don't know why. Honestly, I don't know why I brought this spread with leftovers and max HP, max attack, and 4 in defense. I guess I figured that this wasn't going to outspeed like pretty much anything if Altaria Dragon Dances, I guess. So maybe hoping to just do some Intimidate shenanigans. And running Earthquake for Darmanitan does big damage on Altaria, Excadrill. Knockoff, of course, does good damage on everything. Like I said, I was still really afraid of Reuniclus, and Knockoff 2-hit KOs it at basic spread. And Pursuit, hoping to maybe catch like Darmanitan off guard whenever it's trying to switch out or anything like that. And Aerial Ace, which was mainly for Virizion, because I was expecting him to bring that because it outspeeds like Crocodile, and it seems like a decent switch in with the Earth moves, maybe get a justified boost. And let's do more. Brought Arcanine with the Life Orb, running Flare Blitz, Crunch, Extreme Speed, and Morning Sun. And my Arcanine is EV'd to Speed Creep so that it can just barely outspeed Jolly Excadrill. So it can knock it out with a Flare Blitz, Crunch for Reuniclus, and Extreme Speed, just hoping that like maybe if like Altaria Dragon Dances, Extreme Speed will be able to take it out before it can like roost. And lastly, Tentacruel, which I'm running a max defense nature, hoping to take maybe like a Flare Blitz from Darmanitan or anything like that. And it's running Scald, which is good on anything on his team, really. I don't think anything really wants to take it. Sludge Bomb in case I can catch like maybe Altaria. Ravisbane obviously to get rid of rocks. And Haze just in case maybe I could get that off to make sure he doesn't get like his stat boosts. And that's pretty much my thought going into the match. And I think looking back on it, maybe I didn't prepare enough. Maybe I was kind of like, this was like the first thing I decided to make. And I just like, this seems good. This might work. So yeah, let's get into the battle. Alright, so as you can see here, Drew, our pal Drew, brings Scolipede, Archeops, Altaria, Doublade, Thundurus, and Darmanitan. And that surprised me because I was really expecting Excadrill and even Virizion, but I wasn't really expecting Archeops. So when we get into the battle, he leads off Archeops and I lead with Gigalith, which is good for me because I think I just want to take this thing out and set up my rocks, because I believe if this thing leaves, there's nothing else that can get rid of rocks on his team. So he goes for the Earth Power, knocks me down pretty low, not in cuss up range though. I go for the Stone Edge and get a crit, and crit does not matter. But because he has the, it would have taken him out anyway, but he has the Focus Sash. And he actually did not knock me in range of Custap, so I was kind of worried here, but he does have weakened stats. So I went for the Stealth Rocks this turn anyway. And he goes for Endeavor, of all things. And so I was like, hey, free rocks. And I get to use my Custap Berry for something. So I shoot eat it and just explode on him. And so yeah, it did everything it needed to. It set up its rocks, took out Archeops, and call that a good day's work. So then he sends out his Darmanitan. I send out Conkeldurr, and Darmanitan does not like those rocks. And so I just decided to knock off on this. I wasn't sure what he was going to do. The knockoff is just good all-around safe play at this point. So he goes for a Zen Headbutt and takes me down real low. So I get the knockoff off his Choice Scarf, which he obviously was. And I just Mach Punch him to take him out. And he sends in his Altaria, which obviously gonna Mega, and it's obviously gonna take me out. I have to stay in and go for the Poison Jab, just in case he tries to like Dragon Dance on me. And I get to see whether it's physical or special. So this tells me a lot. And once he starts to Mega Evolve, he goes for the turn. So this is a physical Mega Altaria. And it takes out my Conkeldurr, which is fine. And then I switch in Sylveon to scare it out. And his obvious switch in is either going to be Scolipede or Doublade. And both of those are physical attackers. So he switches out and I just go for a Reflect. And then I figure I have no reason to switch out, because he might think I'm going to switch out. So I'm just going to go for an HP Fire. It should do a good amount of damage. Takes him down to 46%. He Swords Dance. And he doesn't outspeed, so if he has Iron Head or anything, it's not going to be able to hit me. So if he wants to actually do damage, he's going to have to go for like a Shadow Sneak. And I can take that HP Fire to kill him. And that's exactly what happens. Then he sends out his Scolipede, which obviously threatens me in a lot of ways, but I figured he was going to protect the first turn just to make sure he could outspeed everything. He does that. I think I went for HP Fire. And then I don't think I wanted to deal with this, so I sent in... No, okay, I HP Fire once and it does a good amount of damage, and then I decide to switch out in my Tentacruel. And he goes for Protect, doesn't work, and he's outspeeding everything. And he Mega Horns and he misses, and Scald takes him out. I don't know how much that Mega Horn miss actually mattered, because obviously I'm max defense, and I resist it, and a Reflect is up. So I'm not sure how much that would have actually done. I never did the calc for that. And then he sends in Thundurus, and I don't know why I decided to stay in. It was late at night, and I just kind of, this battle it got postponed a lot, and so I just decided to stay in and see what he was gonna do, because I didn't want to switch in Crook, because like a Focus Blast obviously probably kills me, because I'm like no special defense. So I decided to stay in, and he goes for the Dark Pulse, and I don't see any Life Orb recoil or anything, so I figured he must be choiced in some way. So I Scald him, does a good amount of damage. Figure if he's choiced he'll do it again, he does it again, he gets a crit, and I go for a Sludge Bomb. I get a crit, and I take him out. And so now he's got one Mon left. And he's obviously, I'm gonna keep my Tentacruel in, because I have to Sludge Bomb to make sure I can get damage off. Because if he Dragon Dances, I'm in a bad spot. So he sends out my Altaria, and he Earthquakes and takes me out. And here's where I make a huge mistake. I sent out Sylveon, because I was running Calcs, and I thought I could live a return, and I think I had a chance to live the return. But it turns out I was calcing with the Reflect still up. So obviously things are not going to go well for me in a second. And the return takes out Sylveon, and I realize I made a mistake. And so then I sent out Crocodile to get the Intimidate off. And I should have played around with Arcanine maybe, to get double Intimidates off, make sure he doesn't do a lot of damage. But I'm a fool, so I didn't, and I just go for the Earthquake, and it does good damage on him. He can't keep roosting up on me, and so he goes for the turn, and because I was max HP with 4 defense, I live on 4%, and that was a 12.5 chance to Oko, so I was terrified at this moment, and but my Crocodile comes through again, and he lives it. And goes for the Earthquake and takes out the Mega Altaria. So we win 2-0. It was a really close game. Like, Drew could have easily won. I thought I'd pretty much thrown the game away with some of my stupid decisions near the end. But we ended up winning. And hopefully we'll do better next week, though. Next week we're playing against Murray and the Glasgow Glalie. I know it's actually pronounced Glasgow, but I wanted to mess with him. Well, anyway, thanks for watching, I guess. See you in the next one.